Good evening, folks. Nate here with Murray Farm and Ranch. It's a beautiful Friday evening. It's a little hot, but I'll take it. Out here in the garden, Sam's in the house getting his bath. Mama's already had her bath, so I'm just kind of getting a little bit of free time out here in the garden, picking a few veggies. Some peppers that I'm working on right here. Let's see what we got. We got some jalapenos. Yeah. Let's see. I haven't picked peppers in a couple of days, so it's not super good, but we got nice big jalapenos. Love these things for breakfast, you know what I mean? Chop them up, put them in the eggs. Cannot beat that. Let's see what else we got. We've been getting a lot of cherry tomatoes. Here's a nice little plant. This is what's called a sun sugar, and they make these little kind of yellowy orange tomatoes. They are just absolutely delicious. These things have a hard time making it inside because I want to eat them all. But so this thing's just loaded with them. So we'll pick all these off. It's getting pretty hot. Some of these plants are kind of struggling in this heat just a touch, but they'll be all right. Tomatoes, they typically do well when it gets hot. Let's see what else we got. We have tons of just big green tomatoes. Oh, here's a little sneaky one. This is I'm not sure what this is. I think this is a beefsteak. This is down here hidden. So this is you know, kind of ripe, kind of green in a couple places, but that's a good slice of tomato right there. We've got absolute buku of plants like this right here, right? So we just got tomatoes like you wouldn't believe that are green. When some of these start coming ripe, it'll be Tara's job to start doing some canning. We love to can our tomatoes. Make some, excellent chili in the winter. I just can't get enough of that. Typically we make our chili from either venison or I've been blessed the last couple of years. I killed a moose in Canada in 2018. Got a elk last year. So we've been pretty good on meat for a couple of years. I didn't even kill a whitetail last year because of that. We try just to, take what we need. Me and Tara both love the moose and elk, so let's see what else we got. So that right there this is definitely an heirloom tomato of some sort. I'm not sure what variety that is. My little boy, early on, he loved to pick up my little tags that marked everything. So there's a handful that I just recognize year after year because I plant them all the time. Like these, it's pretty easy to pick out a sun sugar because they're little and orange. But things like green zebras, those are pretty easy to pick out. I have a Golden Girl, I think is what it's called. Big orange, yellowy tomato. Those are pretty easy to pick out. See what else we got here. Oh, so this is a little cucumber set up. I got these trellised up on cattle panels. They're kind of starting to grow up them. Got a little pickling cucumber. Until I get very many of these, we're just going to eat them in salads. They're not as good in salad because they're a little bitter, but hey, another one. We'll take what we can get, right? Let's see. Oh, this is a nice little zucchini plant. Man, these zucchinis, this has been the best year I've had in a long time with zucchini and squash. This one's got several on it, but they're all pretty small. I think by the morning, those will probably be ready to go. So I'm gonna leave them on tonight. Ooh, got some big squash. Jumbo. Magnum. We've been eating the heck out of this squash. Tara's been, we've been baking it. We'll mix that and zucchini and maybe some onions. Throw a couple of tomatoes in there on top of it and just bake it for 30-40 minutes. I'm not exactly sure what she's got on the time frame, but man, it's delicious. Another little cucumber. The cucumbers, for whatever reason, they've been a little slow this year. Last year this time, I mean, I feel like we were just getting overran with tomatoes or cucumbers. These, I got these little, this year I planted some of these little lemon cucumbers, like that. I'm guessing, this is the first year I've ever had them. I'm guessing that you pick them about the time they're the size of a lemon, maybe a little smaller, maybe. We've been eating them on salads. They've been pretty good. They don't seem to be quite as voracious growers, if that's a word. They're just not quite as aggressive, I don't feel like, as some of the other strands, but they're delicious tasting. So I'll probably plant them again. Let's see what else we got here. Let's make our way along. Got some bell peppers. Let's see here what we got. Yeah, a little bell pepper right there. I think we'll take him. I cut up a lot of bell pepper last weekend for my omelets in the morning, and I really don't need a ton of bell peppers yet, so I'm not gonna pick a lot of those. Oh, what we got here? This is another zucchini plant. You get down in there deep, you'll find a little zucchini. Yeah. So we'll definitely bake that guy up. Another thing that we've been doing a lot here as of late is making shish kebabs with our elk meat. And what we do is we'll take some zucchini, some squash, I'll kind of cube it up, put that, a couple of mushrooms, maybe a couple of cocktail onions, and put that on a skewer. That's some good eating right there. And we got some killer, absolute killer cabbage. I have made, oh man, like probably 3 gallons worth of kimchi. We've been eating cabbage cut up all different kind of ways, and I mean, it's delicious. I absolutely love cabbage, which is weird because as a boy growing up, I was not a fan. Look what we got here. A little bit of okra, yeah. Take it. Our okra's just kind of starting to come on. Okra's one of those crops that loves the heat. Seems like it gets better as the summer goes. You just got to keep it watered. There's a little bit more. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have me a little mess of okra tonight. So you just gotta keep it watered. I love okra because it's such an aggressive grower. It kind of shades all the weeds out. You don't have to mess with weeding it really, or at least I don't. And if something starts growing up in there, I just run a weed eater down it and get it cleaned up enough that the okra doesn't have any troubles, and man, it just takes off. This stuff will get, by the end of this summer, this stuff will be 8 or 9 feet tall. I'll be picking a 5-gallon bucket every night of it. Tara will be busy doing canning, making pickled okra, and I cut a lot of it up. We keep a lot of it in the freezer, just cut okra, and we'll eat it with like stewed tomatoes. That's a fan favorite. Another is I like to just take okra, baste it with a little olive oil, and cook it in the oven, kind of like we bake our squash sometimes. Man, that stuff is good. No complaints with me with that. And it's a little healthier. So we got a pretty good mess of okra. This stuff's gonna really start coming on. When it starts, it really goes, I feel like. We got potatoes in the ground that probably need to come up maybe this weekend. We sold a little bull to a family out kind of western Oklahoma, so I got to transport that bull tomorrow in the morning. I will have Sam with me all day, so that will be exciting for Sam and a little more work for me, but I love it. Man, we got a lot of okra tonight. We could have us a little fried okra if the mama would allow the calories, but she's been keeping the boy down on his weight, so we'll probably bake it. Boom, squash. Another squash. Oh, is it 3 on this plant? Boom, 3 on that one plant. That's pretty good. See what else we got. I love to mix a variety of squash. We plant all kinds of different stuff. I plant some crooked neck, some straight squash, some winter squash. I planted some patty pan, but it did not turn out. I don't know. We got a really heavy rain, and I had to replant several things. And squash was one of them because it washed a lot of as a Magnum. It washed a lot of my squash and cucumber seed out, and so I think that my patty pan just didn't get maybe replanted. Maybe I didn't replant it. I don't know. Like I said, Sam pretty much ripped up all my markers that I had, so I had no idea what was planted where. So I just kind of went back and planted the things that I knew that we really liked. Here's a, what's this? Big, ooh. So, leave that thing for another day or so. Got a couple of those on there. Oop, this one looks like it's ready to go. This one is getting a little darker. I like cooking that stuff in the oven too and baking it. That's the beautiful thing about having all this stuff out here is just walk out here. It's like going to the grocery store. You can experiment with it, because if you don't like it, the next time, just do something different. There's a little kind of a weird zucchini. I'm gonna go ahead and get him out of here since he's kind of looking strange. Oh. So we got some pretty good mess of okra tonight. Lots of squash. A couple of cucumbers. Pretty good batch of cherry tomatoes. I've got corn that is in all different stages of growth. That was absolutely not not planned. It's probably a good thing because we'll get corn that's in different stages so we can kind of eat it fresh for a long time. But the corn, same thing happened with the corn. We got just blasted with some rain. I mean, like, one of our rains was like 6 inches, you know, overnight. And I mean, it just totally destroyed my driveway. I mean, it just like absolutely wrecked our garden. And I had to replant corn, I think 3 times. And so there's corn that's like, some of the first corn made it, and then some of the second planting made it, and some of the third. And so what we got is like, I've got some corn that's literally 4 feet tall, and then I've got some that's 1.5 foot tall, and I got some that's probably, you know, 5 feet tall. I mean, it's just like a mixed bag of stuff. So anyway, that'd be all right. We'll make the most of it. I guarantee you when that corn gets done, some of that will be going to the grill. So I'm looking in through another cucumber plant. This another one is trellis. It's thick. I mean, these cucumbers are looking good. They're gonna start putting on. I need to probably do a little bit of pruning. That'd probably help things out a touch. I've been pretty busy in the evenings, and I just haven't had much time to do it. Oh, there's a couple of what are these, acorn squash, I believe. Yep. They're kind of small, but they're kind of getting dark. I mean, that one's not too bad right there. That's a pretty good size. I don't know. I think I'll leave it on another day or so, see what happens. Check it tomorrow and maybe pick it. So, it looks like that kind of concludes. Oh, there might be another tomato in there. What we got in here? Kind of a little tomato getting ripe. Boom, right there. This is one of those golden girls. So, you know, these things don't get much riper than this. You know, this is pretty good for this tomato. You know, I'll put it in the windowsill, and I'll probably eat this thing tomorrow because it's gonna be pretty good. So that pretty much concludes the vegetable haul today. Let's see what we got here. So, man, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. I'll take it. I mean, that's some meals right there. So, in the morning, get up, do a little cattle haul out to western Oklahoma. And, is that another? Got another golden girl. It's man, it's just like another day and it'll be ready. So anyway, that concludes this, man. If you enjoyed this, for more content like it, hit the subscribe, like the video, share the video. Let's learn from each other. Let's enjoy the great outdoors and all the things that comes along with it. God bless, and see you on the next one.